All right, we're live.
Is it going?
It's going. We're live. Welcome.
But like the mic is fine.
Mic is good.
Except the strength of that thing.
Yeah.
That was early in the podcast for an F-bomb.
Yeah, we'll have to cut that F-bomb out. Anyway, welcome to the Nationals 2025 podcast, folks. Oh, my mic is our videos here today. Welcome to the Nationals 2025 podcast. We're going to do this in a little bit different format. We're going to do a overview first, and then we're going to break down day 1, day 2, and day 3 based on the stages. And yeah, go from there. So quick first question for you guys. How did your training feel going into Nationals?
I'll let Jenay go with this one.
Pretty. Felt like my training went really well this year going into Nationals. I felt physically strong and fit and healthy. Big asterisk next to healthy. In the past, I think that I've potentially like overtrained a little bit more going in, and it was to my detriment. And then having more aches and pains going in makes you hold back just a little bit or have other things to think about. And yeah, I felt that physically my training was on point there. And then shooting wise I could always be better. I always feel like I could do more shooting, but I shot a lot and felt pretty on point with that. So I feel like out of all the years that I've tried to peak for tactical games or another sport, this is probably the best I've ever peaked. So
Physically,
yeah. Yeah, so I kind of hit the lottery on that.
Jared, how was your lack of training going in?
For hers, I think the only thing that really, from my perspective, looking at you going to Nationals, I think you're probably the most prepared overall. Like, I think that you trained physically more probably last year. Like you had more volume last year, but you were definitely the healthiest I've seen you go into. And then gear wise, like we had everything pretty shook out, except we changed your scope like 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before.
Yeah. But when you simplify it for me, like when we had that discussion, you were like, hey, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Made a switch over to the different scope, and then that was about it. But like your gun had been together all year and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, from like my perspective, looking at yours, it like everything, you looked much more relaxed and gathered and prepared. Like it seemed like last year you were much more not fidgety, but like unsure if you were ready. And this year you went into it, you looked and acted much more ready. And then during the competition too, you were much more relaxed this year than you had been in years past. So yeah, all that looked really good. As far as training for me, I watched Jenay shoot a lot. We went to the range, and which, not to discount that, like it's not like you're getting 0 reps. Whenever like we would do action shooting drills and stuff like that, and like I think a couple weeks out, I was like, I might just step in for fun or whatever, and then things went downhill again, and I was like, I'm not doing this, and then I stopped shooting again. But I think for a couple of days I shot, and then. But even going in and when I wasn't shooting and just like going in and like going through foot movements and helping you prepare with data and all that other stuff, like it keeps you fresh on your mind and like fresh on my mind, and then going through foot movements and stuff, it keeps it fresh on my mind, and it just keeps you engaged in it. So it's not like it's 0 training just because you're not shooting. It's just you're not physically training. And then like doing the long range stuff, there's one day I shot quite a bit long range, and I tried to pack like a year of training into one day.
Jared never shoots that much when we go out to shoot together, I don't think. Or it's been rare. Like I remember a couple of days when we were training specifically for a match.
Yeah.
And you hadn't told me that you were competing yet at Nationals. So we go out and shoot long range together. I get back. I remember telling Jake, I was like, he shot a lot today. He was having a great time. Like, it just seemed like he was having a good time out there. And then later on, I think it was that night, we heard on the podcast or whatever that like you had joined. And I was like, that's why.
I signed up because it was like my recovery from the surgery, and I guess after that infection that I got that was way worse than the surgery. The recovery was not linear. I would feel very good one day, and then the next day feel like no way I could lift anything or do anything except lay in bed all day. And then I just felt like overall crap. But I I signed up because the spots were running out, and I was like, well, if I do want to compete, I don't want to get there and want to compete and it'd be full. So I signed up, and then they released that podcast, and I got a ton of messages like, you're competing, and I was like, well, like I signed up because to take a spot in case I do want to compete, but I'm not real sure. And then I decided I wasn't going to compete. Even the day before the match started, I wasn't going to compete.
Right.
And then we went and walked the stages, and I was like, I can do most of this stuff. Like, there's going to be probably 3 stages that I'm just not doing some of the things that are part of the stages. And then I went to the check-in, and I was like, I'm just going to check in my stuff just in case I decide to do it. And this is at like 5 o'clock at night, Thursday night. And then I asked Nick if they had a bag, a 250-pound bag. And he said yes. And I was like, if I can pick this up and walk with it, I'll do it. And I picked it up, and I walked like 5 feet and put it down. I was like, all right, that didn't feel too bad. You know, I'll do that. And I think that was the first time I picked up a 250-pound bag since November of last year.
Yeah.
And any 200, 175, nothing. Like, maybe not even 150 pound. I think I picked up a 150-pound bag one day when you were here.
Yeah.
And I just like picked it up to see if I could still pick it up.
Yep.
But yeah, that was my training. I, like literally, completely untrained went into this one. So the day before, I shot about 400 rounds of pistol on Thursday with Zach, and I was like, all right, well, whatever, we'll see how it goes. And then there was one time I laid down, and I kept going back and forth on whether I was going to compete or not. And I told Zach, I was like, if my rifle's zeroed, I'll compete. And because I was like, there's no way this thing's zeroed. Like, I don't even know if I mounted this scope since I've zeroed it last. Like, I may have moved it. And I laid down, and the rifle was zeroed, and I was like, crap. Like, anyway, but I kept making deals like that all day, and they kept going in the wrong direction. Ended up competing. So I'm glad I did, though. It was fun.
Yeah.
So what was one thing that surprised you during the weekend, being so untrained and in a good or bad way?
Honestly, the 250-pound bag that we had to pick up and put it over in the Inman one, I did not think I was going to be able to pick it up after picking up the other bags. Like, I knew I could pick up a 250-pound bag without doing work ahead of it, but I was not sure I was going to be able to do it. And the first round, I picked it up, and then I picked it up but I was on the other side of the yoke where it was like real compact over there, and like my heels were up on that board, and it got me on my toes, and I was not strong enough to pick it up in less than ideal circumstances. Sure. So then I ended up having to do the 200-pound bag 4
extra times.
4 times.
Yeah.
And normally, I mean, Jenay, you've seen me do a 200. Normally, I can do a 200-pound bag until somebody's like tired of watching me do a 200-pound bag. But the 4 reps at 200 absolutely slaughtered me. Like, I was done after that. I could barely push the sled back. Just no muscular endurance. I still got the redneck strength where I can do it once. I can't do it, over multiple times. But picking up that bag, I went a lot further on stage 1, the run. I was planning on running, like jogging for like 10 minutes and just walking for 10 minutes. I didn't plan on it. And like, I almost made it all the way through without walking. I had walked up that last hill.
Big hill.
Or whatever. Yeah. I walked up that like the last 2 times or 3 times I went around. Cause I was like, I can walk as fast as I'm running. So I'm just going to walk. That, and then honestly, just making it through the weekend. Like, I felt like I was just 100%, my battery was drained after day 1. Like, just walking to the stage, my heart rate would get up. I'd start sweating. Like, I was exhausted just walking to the stage. But my back didn't blow up. Normally my back blows up a lot, so I probably don't have enough muscle back there for it to blow up anymore. And then just making it through the whole weekend and finishing where I did, like, if anything, it proves it's still a shooting sport because I 100% finished last physically. Like I would doubt anybody did less work than I did all weekend. And it just proves that you can still shoot your way into good placement.
Yeah.
So,
Jenay, what about you? What was one thing that surprised you over the weekend?
I think I was surprised at the end of it that I wasn't more physically wrecked, which is in part like a testament to good preparation. But I also think that overall the programming was pretty well rounded, and thus I wasn't overly wrecked in one specific spot. I was just tired in general. But I think, in past years, perhaps I've been a lot more physically wrecked coming out, and I wasn't as physically wrecked at this one. That kind of surprised me. But within competition, there's, nothing that I did physically or didn't do physically that surprised me. I was pretty on par with what I expected my capabilities to be at.
Okay.
what about, so the run, like a lot of years, the run is like physically devastating.
Yeah.
I remember like the run around that lake that one time, and
The
you were
8 miler
wrecked. Yeah,
in 23.
after that.
Or 22.
22.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I'm asking this because I don't know, because I didn't push it. Like I was just out there mall walking, know. But was there an opportunity to wreck yourself on the run, or was it just like the opportunity? I think it was a pretty good running stage, but was it like you weren't? 20 minutes isn't long enough to like wreck yourself.
Yeah, I did. So 2 things. One, the time domain being shorter does help, and the fact that we didn't have a heavy ruck on us for any of it definitely saved my hips and back. I'm sure everyone feels the same on that. We just had our plate carrier with a rifle slung, and then the course was more like short up and downs versus hard uphill for either extended time or repeated intervals. There was an opportunity to bury yourself if you put forth a ton of effort CNS wise. And my muscles were, like my quads were a little sore from it, but it wasn't devastating like past year big rucks, in my opinion. And maybe that's just me thing, because the rucks always get me. Although I am a fair runner, they still take their toll on my body. And then from a personal standpoint, I had specifically trained the 20-minute time domain. Taylor and I were doing a bunch of stuff with that, and we happened to do the 20-minute time domain a lot. And at first it was written to be 30, and I was like, oh, the 20 will transfer to that. And then I realized it was written they changed it to 20. I was like, perfect. So I don't know if that's because I had trained at that intensity at 20 minutes for a long time prior to that.
Yeah, it just seemed like overall as a group, because like I wasn't really competing. I was there, but I wasn't really like locked in like I normally was. So I was able to kind of look around, like notice people more. And it seemed like after the run on day 1, even going into day 2, even everybody's spirits were a lot higher. Like usually everybody's pretty slaughtered.
I did sail out on the run. I know you told me like, hey, you probably don't have to die on that, but I wanted to. And I knew it wouldn't wreck me for the following days based on how I felt in training. So like when I got done, for clarity's sake, I was messed up.
Yeah, you were pretty.
I felt drunk when I got done because I was messed up. And I recovered fine from it. So I think it was definitely easier to recover from.
For me, it made the weekend better. I mean, if you would have sent me out on like a 6-mile ruck, I probably, I would not have competed.
Sure.
But B, had I done it, I would have been, I think most people would have been in a much different physical space the rest of the weekend.
And remember how you guys have said before, like you can get the same results from doing a shorter run? I feel like that ranged true. The people that would have, it was the same order that you would have got with a long run.
The usual suspects did really well.
Yeah. And 20 minutes is enough time to get separation. So, yeah.
Well, let's just talk about that workout. So it was 20-minute run. You want to talk about the course a little bit?
Yeah. I was like, imagine a BMX style course. It was about 300 meters long. There were these like log piles with wooden logs that you would, run over a couple of those. You make a little loop around, go over another hill. Then there's a big hill to finish, wrap back around. So lots of lap turnover on that. Lots of paying attention to where your feet are, because the ground had ruts in it from prior bikes riding in it. And then it was hardened on top of that. So you could very easily roll your ankle on rocks or ruts. You had to watch your feet on the footholds as you're getting over the little mound things as well. So, I mean, I like stuff like that because it keeps my mind busy versus the monotony of just open running. It was very engaged mentally the whole time. But yeah, 300-meter loops. I think I ended up with 21.
21 total laps or 11 laps, and it was
11
two,
laps. Sorry,
2 points.
good point. It's split at the halfway point, which maybe was a little far. Don't you think? Like you probably could have split it in thirds, but nonetheless, it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why it was split where it was is because it was right there by the starting line.
You could see
the
it.
You could see it.
Halfway point, like looped back around to where the half, so you could see it from standing in one spot. Because I was thinking it as I was taking my time, on the course, doing my thing. I was like, man, the back half of this seems a lot longer than the front half of this. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I didn't really. I got 16 loops, so I guess 32 points. Is that how that works? Yeah.
No, it's actually 16
Or
points.
I got 8 loops.
8 loops.
16 points. But yeah, I wish I would have started my watch because I was over there dying, and I was like, how much longer is this gonna last? And I also set a goal going into it that like nobody has lapped me by minute 10, because I had done some math. I was like, if I'm good by minute 10 and nobody's lapped me by minute 10, then I can walk the last 10 minutes and then finish somewhere in the 60, high 60%.
Sure.
I was like, that sounds good to me. So anyway, that's how I went about it. But yeah, there were some guys that were scooting on it.
So that was technically stage 1. What was stage 2?
Oh yeah, that was my last stage of that day. So we went on to order.
I don't remember.
It was the burn pit. This was the stress carry event,
stress carry
12.864 at ascending weights, and we shot off of the Barricade for rifle on the top, and pistol we shot out of the 45 ports. That was a fun one for us. I mean, I liked it. Thought it was a good one. Perfect amount of sandbag stress carry length where you want to put it down, but you're capable of holding on to it. And I know I watched the men go for the final heat, and I know that they really struggled a lot more than the women did. But I think it was still very appropriate for the ladies.
We've even talked about this in the past, that women are much better at, like pound for pound, much better at stress carries than men are.
Yep.
But yeah, for me, I went into it knowing I wasn't going to finish. Just I'm not great at stress carrying to begin with, and then there's no way I was going to carry a 250-pound bag with everything leading up to it. So, and it was sitting like right where I had surgery. It was like sitting right there, and then one of my scars from the incisions was like right in between where the bag and my belt would like pinch. So I was like trying to suck in my fat so it wouldn't do that. But, anyway, I was over it. There was like a wagon right now. I was in lane 5, and like there's a wagon right there next to the deal. And like I put down the 200-pound bag. I think I had shot twice, and I put down the 200-pound bag, and I looked at the wagon, and I was like, if I take off all my stuff, I can't keep shooting. So I just took off everything and put it in the wagon. And I think I stopped with a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
It was going to become unhealthy for me to keep going. So I just stopped, but I was shooting pretty good, I think. Was that
It was paper.
was that steel? And
That was paper at 188.
I thought you had to like put it over. Maybe that was a different
That
one.
was the Inman stage.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I shot really good on that stage. Had plenty of time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that was y'all had, I think y'all's rifle target was 188 on paper.
Yeah.
Watching the men's heat go, the final men's heat, it was straight carnage. You were there. Yeah, you were next to me.
Yeah. It was I remember looking over, and when I saw Zach Rodman was in trouble, I was like it was probably halfway through the time or whatever, and I saw Zach was struggling. He was like picking up the 250-pound bag, and it looked like it was not fun for him. I was like, there's no way I'm picking that thing up this weekend. And I was like, 8 months ago, Jared is running with this thing, but right now, heck no. I was like, I'm not picking that up. So I was taking my sweet time.
I don't think I've ever seen Jacob more messed up than that workout, and I know he was sick. but like homie had maybe 5 feet to move that 250, and he was just standing over the bag.
He dropped
like
it with
he
like
couldn't
2
do
steps
it.
left.
No
I was
way.
like,
Yeah.
this is nuts. Yeah, he like struggled on the 250. He was walking it down. He would only make it like halfway, and like wait a long time. Like, you know how fit he is, and he was.
He,
really weird.
Hebner had the flu.
Yeah, he was so sick.
He
but
wasn't talking about it, but he was wrecked.
I was like,
So.
wow, this is a much
He
different
didn't even
workout.
have a voice for Wednesday and Thursday. He didn't even have a voice.
But I say Hebner, but like he wasn't the only one.
No, everybody.
Everyone
was
in
wrecked.
that heat was
Yeah.
like in the same boat as him.
Hebner
Dang.
finally looked human.
Yeah,
First time
for a
ever.
moment.
Yeah.
Has to have the flu to do it, but anyways, yeah, I thought that was a great event. I enjoyed that.
Going into
Stage 3.
Pistol speed barricade and rifle speed barricade.
oh yeah.
There's y'all's answer about that.
Next.
I think there are better things. A lot of
There was a lot of DQs on that stage.
yeah. I think with all the training and preparation and time, and I mean, this isn't like another shooting sport like 3-gun where like you. If people are listening to shoot 3-gun, my bad. I shot it for a long time, but I'm about to bag on it a little bit. You can be really good at 3-gun and practice once a month, twice a month, or just wait till you're a week out and practice a week beforehand. The amount of training it takes to get good at this, and the amount of training, like it's at least a 2 or 3 hour commitment every day to working out, recovering, shooting, like all that other stuff. So with all that in mind, putting rifle barricade and pistol barricade, which both, if you shoot the barricade, you're done
For the weekend.
for the weekend.
Yep.
It's over for you. And then with the added thing that you're trying to shoot it as fast as you can, mistakes happen, all that stuff. Maybe we should be done with those barricades for the aggregates. Like it's not. I don't see what. Like shooting from weird positions as fast as you can. Okay, that's fine. But then, like it's a wood barricade. It's not a metal barricade. And in most shooting sports, if you shoot a metal prop, you're gone for the weekend. If you shoot a wooden prop, you shot a wooden prop, you're bad. Like that round doesn't count for whatever happened beyond it, but it's not even a stage DQ. It's just you shot. Like the walls, if they're built out of wood and you shoot one, it's fine. Like whatever. No, whatever your bullet did afterwards doesn't count.
Sure.
Some people that really like their wooden barricades, there's a penalty for it. Like a 20-second or 30-second or a procedural penalty, like a 1-minute penalty, something like that on a 3-gun stage, which is, a 1-minute stage on a 3-gun, because most of the stages are about 60 seconds. It's like a really stiff penalty for doing it, but that was a lot of opportunity for DQ there. So I don't know how many DQs there were for that specifically, but I know Kurt got caught by it. So
He wasn't the only one.
yeah, I don't know how many people shot the thing, but I remember going into it, I was like, I'm just going to check the box and move on with my whatever score I get, that I can shoot this thing. Like I didn't do these last 2 stages that I knew I was going to completely suck at, because I wanted to do some of the other stages that weekend to get disqualified. So like I jammed my muzzle up into that port, and even though it was slower, like jammed my muzzle up against it and shot after I like visually checked that my muzzle was there. And we've programmed a lot of stuff, and in hindsight been like, shit, we shouldn't have done that.
Oh, yeah.
So I think this probably needs to be a shit, we shouldn't have done that moment.
I agree.
Just for how much work and time and effort and money and all that stuff that you put into getting there, it sucks, because there was a lot of opportunity to end your weekend on those 2 stages that were like just 50-second stages. So
50-point stages.
or 50 point stages. So yeah, I think it was like the equivalent of a DQ trap on a 3-gun stage. That was a DQ trap times 2.
There's also some really cool other aggregates, or more, in my opinion, more challenging ones that I feel like nationals would have been a great fit for, like rifle speed plates.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, like, why not that? And we've
Well-
only seen that once this year.
And logistically, you could have done rifle speed plates and then pistol speed plates. You could have shown up, loaded out for both.
And done both.
Shot, beep, shoot this one, get your time, and then step forward to the pistol, beep, get your time, and you got aggregate 1 and aggregate 2 out of the way with 2 scores. And like there was 1 make ready, all that other stuff, but or maybe 2, but like the person was ready to go for both of them when they showed up. So like it would have been a quick way for you to get 2 aggregates out of the way pretty quick. And it's a good test too. Like if you screw up the first one, you got to mentally regroup and get this next one out of the way. But yeah, and the same plate setup, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
same plate setup.
Yep.
So, but yeah,
Made it out alive, and that was the main goal on those.
Then
Very
the
fun.
last one, or there's
Then we
2
had
more?
stage 5 Dingo. Do you remember that one with the...
Yeah, that was the little tabletop thing, and
Table.
you had to go up and over or,
That was on
or
day
under
1.
it. It
Well,
was on day 1 for her.
it was for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't do
Well,
it
yeah,
for us.
you did 6 stages on day 1 as well.
Yeah.
So you did Dingo on day 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of over-under stuff with the bag. We shot off of the 3-port barricade on that one, and like freestanding pistol, I want to say. No, you shot off the top of the top barricade, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know how that went for the dudes because we didn't get to see y'all the entire weekend.
I mean, it went for 15 minutes for me. So it was good. I liked the stage. It was a good stage. 100 pounds has never felt so heavy in my life. All weekend, I would be sitting there and I was just like in the main mind frame that I normally am. Like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, that's going to be good. Whatever. I wasn't even thinking about picking that 100-pound bag up and putting it on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
And the first time I go to like swing that thing up there, I was like, holy shit, this thing is heavy. And like normally when I go to do it, it's 100 pounds is nothing. And I went to go pick that thing up. I was like, oh my gosh. I remember, because normally I hate going under stuff.
Right.
And I was like, please God, just get me back coming this way so I can go under things again. Like, I don't want to pick this bag up.
So for
That was hard.
The stage was you had to go like over a parallel, under the big table, over the parallel, and then going back the other way, you had to go under the parallel, over the table, and under the parallel. And the table was what, 5.5 feet tall, 6 feet tall?
It was above my head for sure.
It was, I think I was,
Probably about 6 foot tall.
I'm not sure I could see the top of it standing.
So there was 2 yokes like this, and then there was a tabletop across it, and it was taller than Jared and I can see with our eyes. So they had to get it above that, and then you would climb the yoke and crawl across.
Yeah, I don't remember like looking at the top of the table as I was.
I feel
Yeah.
like your eyes would be at the level of it.
And I remember putting my hands up to get
Yeah,
it.
to get up.
So I think it was somewhere around 6 foot then.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. 2
pretty
trips
tall.
with the down and back each time, 3
And
rounds.
then you shot, and then you did 3 full sets of that. Yeah, just so everybody knows.
Did you? I almost fell backwards off that, like trying to get on top of the deal. And maybe it was just because I'm out, like not in competition shape. But like I went up and like muscled up to the top of it,
And then
almost started coming back. And like my legs were like, like just under it, flailing for something to grab onto. But
Knowing, so like I felt that on my first one, and then I sent it on all the ones to follow. So I'd like muscle up into an aggressive push forward so that I wouldn't have to fear that.
Did y'all worry about y'all's pistols at all during that stage? Because I knew that there was a few people that they fell out during that stage.
man, my pistol is
sure about that?
secure.
Oh, yeah. You want to tell me about that?
That Blackhawk
You want to
T
put that little
series.
plug?
I've
Time
never
for that plug.
legitimately. Obviously, I shoot for Blackhawk, whatever. But that pistol, you can put your pistol in that holster, and you never have to think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the
locked.
Omnivore,
Yeah.
and I've
Also
had it for
from
years.
Blackhawk.
Also Blackhawk. And yeah, it's rocking. Like I was thinking about that because someone had mentioned running a different one, and I was like, that's such a detrimental thing to change before nationals because the fear of your pistol coming out. And Blackhawk, that one has been very reliable. So I was cognizant of my pistol, but
Did you
going
slide
under
down
stuff?
with your right hip up most of the time
Yeah, I think so.
to keep your pistol in the air?
But I was trusting my holster at the same time. It's
Sure.
more like, let's not bury the optic in the dirt and clank it on stuff if I don't
just
have
shoot a
to.
Glock. I didn't even think about it. In fact, I did drag it through one. I forgot what stage it was. Another stage that we were on the ground. But I remember dragging my pistol through the dirt and just being like, on the topic, and I'm not plugging it for Blackhawk. If you have a holster that you're in the slightest concern, like you even go into the stage thinking about my pistol, I need to keep my pistol secure in this, change your freaking holster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be if you were in a cleared state
Yep.
and your pistol came out, you could just put your pistol back in because it was a stick. Like it had been
Correct.
visually cleared and hammered down, all that other stuff. Now if your pistol comes out, it's a stage DQ.
Stage DQ.
Okay, so if your pistol comes out now, it's stage DQ. Don't risk it.
Right.
For what? Like the one stage that may be the one stage that we do, maybe
Right.
over a weekend where a draw time matters. It doesn't matter. Just get yourself like, and I'm not doing it because but like the Blackhawk T-Series holster, you put your pistol in that thing, it is like, I'm pretty sure you could pick me up by my gun in the holster. It's not coming out of that thing. Like it's going to rip off of the belt before it comes out. And I don't know what the answer is if let's say you did rip your holster off the belt and the pistol and the holster hit the ground and the pistol's inside the holster. I don't know what the answer is on that. But
I don't know.
I mean,
your
it's in a
pistol
holster, I'm
is
sure it's fine.
not coming out of that thing. So
Is that attached via the same device as the Omnivore
yeah,
in the inside?
no, there's not like a widget in there. It locks on to the.
Do you have a light?
That one hooks onto my light, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not coming out of that thing. So
Nice. Yeah, I thought that was a good workout, though. There was enough physical involved that it sucked, and if you wanted to push through it, you could gain some ground on that, and it made the shooting more difficult. So
yeah, to be
but it
honest
was
with you,
possible.
like the only thing I heard about that stage that I didn't like is I wish I would have been healthy because it looked like a fun stage to be able to go faster on instead of just like trudging through it or whatever. But yeah, I really like the stage. It looks really fun. And then
Yeah, it was a good one. I liked it.
I didn't have enough energy to like let myself down off the thing, so I was just like jumping off the top,
Yeah.
which for some reason that's never hurt me. I've always been fine jumping off of really high stuff. But yeah, I really like the stage. It was a
Good mix
stage.
of athleticism in there when you have a table to get over, things to get under,
Yeah.
and then using the heavy implement on top of it. Well, we got upgraded to a heavier one because we used the 80.
We're,
So-
Originally programmed at 60, right?
Yeah.
And then
So
they got switched y'all to 80 before you went.
Yes. Which I'm just saying added like something for each style of athlete. Like a athlete that is stronger might prefer that heavier bag. An athlete that's more athletic is going to already enjoy the nature of the workout. So
Sure.
yeah, that's all I got to say about that. All right. Stage 6 was the bike row ski with the 570 rifle. You smashed.
Yeah. I kept a pretty conservative pace on the machines just because I haven't been on. I think that was the first time I've been on a ski in probably 6 months, just because my stomach's been either operated on or jacked up, one or two. And I think with a bike, I stayed at like 1,600 calories, 1,700 calories. The row, I stayed about the same. And the ski, I was at like 1,800. I stayed right in that thing the whole time. But I missed one pistol shot, but really, and it's my fault. Like, one thing about shooting long range stages with an RO is you have to shoot for the RO. You can't shoot for yourself. So you try and as the stage is going, like find out what the RO is comfortable with. And like several times I asked him, hey, is that looking good? Like, can I shoot faster? Like whatever. But with that one, we were shooting it at night. I think y'all shot it during the day, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So we shot at night, and the way they were blinking, it was like a bright blink, and then like one or two other blinks or something, and then it would change to like slower blinks or dimmer blinks or something like that. And I would let it do whatever it did for the either slower or dimmer ones for like 2 blinks before I pulled the trigger again. So there was like a clear, well, it was easy for the RO to call hits on it. I would have really enjoyed to shoot it faster, but it was also, I dropped in the rifle shot that I had dropped. I pulled the trigger too fast and hit it while it was still bright. And, but it was fine because it was just one burpee on the way back. So it doesn't really add any time. And then, I missed one pistol shot. So,
how far was that pistol target again?
I have no idea.
Jenay, did you range it?
I would say
I
it was
did,
like
but not relevant.
15
yards.
18.
Sorry, I shouldn't say not relevant. It was far enough that you could miss it, but it wasn't anything drastically challenging.
Yeah.
Reasonable target.
And I didn't even miss a pistol shot. I sent it. I hit the center stem that came through, and like it just didn't react.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like I'm not gonna argue this. I'm just gonna do my burpee on the way back to my machine, and there's no way to argue it. But
sure.
I just hit the burpee on the way back. And
do y'all like the steel only stages like that, where you have to do a penalty afterwards before you shoot, versus the paper?
Honestly, it's not my preference. I don't like that. I mean, there's a lot of times that it can work out fine, but paper is more definite on did you hit or not.
So I had a change of heart a little bit, and so I had two really good spotters. Let's just put that out there. Like the spotters that I had, especially on day 2, the spotter I had on day 1 was really good. It was dark, all that stuff. He was crushing it. And forgot what his name was, but he was doing awesome. The spotter I had on day 2 crushed it. Like they did really good, especially I was shooting fast or day 3, whatever the last one was. I was shooting really fast on that one, and he was crushing it. Like he called it really good. I also shoot holes in paper, and then you got to go be like, dude, you think I just shot a hole out of the center of the target and then like whiffed 4 times? Like, come on, man. So I feel like I got a better shake on hits this weekend than normal because, but that could have been very different because we have like Brandon and Wes both got burned pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because their lights
a little bit more risky.
fell off. Yeah. So it's more RO dependent. Like you want to make sure. And then earlier in the year in South Carolina, like we didn't exactly get all the calls, but this weekend isolated, I had 2 awesome people that were calling hits on my stuff, and I felt like I got a better shake on it than I would have had it been paper. Maybe not at that distance because it's easy to count holes at 570, but sometimes with pistol, if it's in that range and you just shoot a giant hole in the paper in the middle of each shape or whatever, and then you got to go prove that you did it.
Sure.
You know, like how do you prove you put 3 or 4 rounds to the middle of a hole?
Right.
You can't. So,
the same, you can't prove that you hit a stem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, you hit the target, but it didn't react. So
yeah.
What are you going to do? You know?
And like Jenay said, the distance wasn't great. And like, that's on me. I should have been hitting, like making sure I was hitting a part of the steel that was going to react instead of the stem that was poking out of the top. So, anyway, I thought it was, how did you feel on your hit calls?
I felt like they were fine.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't have a bad experience this weekend shooting steel.
Yeah.
But I feel for my friends that maybe did. And then in the past, I still remember what it was like when it happened to me. And that does put a little sour taste in my mouth. And mainly like going into a stage like that, you just have a little bit of fear that because you can't control if the other person is going to be, on top of it, if they're going to be able to see it. And whereas on a paper stage, it's like, all right, ain't nothing to worry about. Just can you hit it?
Yeah.
So a couple things about that, and it doesn't have to. I'm not saying this is better one way or the other, but when you have a paper only stage, and that you're pulling ahead in the fitness, if you finish a minute ahead of somebody, that's 6 shots downrange on a paper stage, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of game it a little bit on, well, maybe I'll just fire a little faster this round. If I miss one, so what?
Yeah.
But in the steel stage, you have to turn around and go do that penalty.
Yeah.
And if the penalty is longer than 10 seconds or whatever it is.
Or more detrimental physically.
Right.
Yeah.
Like putting bags back over before you go put bags back over, is it, and I'm not saying it's better one way or the other. I'm just bringing it to light that it's like one way, it's a game either way you play it, right? You can play the game of paper and try to get fat and to have a faster raw time, or you can shoot slower and not have to do any penalties on the steel stage. I don't know how it works out. I don't know the best way to shake it, because if the penalty is one burpee on the direction back you have to travel, it's not really a penalty. We've talked about that before on here. So if I know I can shoot fast enough to miss one every time, but maybe that's the game. I don't know. I don't know what's better or not,
Definitely pros and cons to each.
Yeah, definitely pros and cons to each.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I would have had a much different opinion had I gotten the experience that some other people did with the hits. But you have to also, like, I trust Brandon and Wes with but like you and I have both been in charge of competitions where there was steel on like 2-gun type stages. And like, oh my God, I'm hitting it. And you're like, no, you're not, dude.
Right.
You're not even close. I see your bullet hitting over there.
Yeah.
He's like, I can hear it. It's like, no, you're hearing it's solid ground over there.
There's a rock back there.
But it is not steel.
Yeah.
And then they would finish and get all pissed off about it. And what I usually did is I grabbed them and said, hey, look, somebody's about to shoot. Let's go over here behind the berm real quick. And it's like, let's just wait. And then somebody goes, and I was like, I want you to call hits for me for them. It's like, well, I can't see. It's like, I know. You don't have to be able to see. It's like, to be able to see, you have to be able to call a quick hit. And then those people started, because it'd be like bang, 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 and like ding. Like, see how easy it is. Like, you don't even have to look to tell it's a hit. And you're like, oh, okay.
Right.
And it's like, see it make a smack noise hitting hard ground. But the 5 wide.
I was saying, now you got 5 wide.
At 5 wide, you can't hear the hits
Right.
coming back, because it could be at 570. It takes a surprising amount of time for the hit to get back, like the audible part of the hit to get back. So, and then also hearing some of the ROs talking, because on the 470, the one where they had him at 470, he was saying like right now is a really good time to shoot it because the lighting's like perfect. But there was another time of the day that it was extremely hard to see hits. So, I guess with just everything.
So then, do you think that it would be, I mean, and I guess, the tactical games would have to allow it, but do you think it'd be advantageous for the tactical games to set up a spotting scope with a trail cam to view every heat? And then before every heat, they just put a little card in front of it that says Women's Elite Heat 9, and then pull the card out, and then they're all firing, and then Women's Elite Heat 10, and pulls it out, and they'll catch it all firing. Because that way there's something to use as arbitration. Yeah. Be like, hey, he missed all my calls. And they're like, no, he didn't. And be like, well, let's watch the video.
The problem is like, what do you do with that information afterwards, especially if you're paying for the penalty physically during the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adding
I don't know.
time back is,
I guess I'm just,
really hard.
yeah, I don't know.
So,
and then also if, you're relying on your judge to spot and call for you, and he's not calling it, but maybe you started out with the right hold and you were hitting, but he wasn't calling it. And then you moved and you're still missing. Like you were going off of were hitting, but you were going off of his correction. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like not calling it. So I feel like that could get really messy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the closer, more reactive stuff, especially like the rifle on the squares or whatever it was at like 180, it was extremely reactive. Like when you hit it, it was easy to tell.
Sure.
And then the pistol reactive stuff, like I'm kind of on board with that. But the longer, heavier targets, even if you had like, I don't know, you stack on stuff, and it's like, even if we were still doing it, I wouldn't do it. Like, because you could say like, well, the RO can shoot each target before and make sure that the blinkers are working and stuff, but we wouldn't do that.
Right, we didn't do that.
Or we wouldn't. It's just too much crap to do during the day.
And then what if you shoot you're the one that shoots the blinker off?
Yeah.
You know?
But anyway, I mean, you got to do something, but I would say heavy plates at 570, even though I did really well and had awesome ROs.
I love the concept, but I mean, it's hard to get a plate to react at that distance.
I just agree with what you said. When I shoot them, I hope that they are reactive. So it is very obvious to me as the shooter, and not just a green light or the spotter. That's it. That would be great.
But yeah, the stage is really good. I mean, I was happy I didn't have to do a lot of burpees.
Sure.
That would have sucked real bad. But
People definitely got buried for not hitting.
Yeah. All right,
I
stage.
had a really good RO on the 471 when we shot it for that one too.
Yeah.
Next stage 7 was. So I did this as my very last stage of the weekend on Sunday. You did this stage as your first one on Saturday. So we'll go on your timeline since it's in order.
Okay.
So the rope climb one. Rope climb and wheelbarrows.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to pick anything heavy up. I like that. But no, I really liked the stage. Shooting was really good. I liked the shooting.
So the stage was 10 rounds, pick up the wheelbarrow, carry it to the rope rig, turn it around, drop it, do one rope climb, get your mags, wheelbarrow back, shoot, repeat.
Yep.
I think if anything, I don't want to keep I'm not harping on it to like remind everybody I was not great going into this, but physically, I think if anything proves that like elite is ready for more than one rope climb at a time, it's that I finished that under the time cap just fine, and that's the first time I'd climbed a rope in like 5 months, 6 months. So I never really got tired during the stage. Like I think I saw y'all standing.
Yeah, we were
Yep,
there.
we were there.
I was obviously not hurting physically enough, like tired or whatever, to like be in the zone. Like I was able to like look around and stuff when I was going. It could have been maybe the wheelbarrow was really nothing. The wheelbarrow was just time filler between climbing the rope. Climbing the rope never really got hard. It was really just like time management during the stuff, and like maybe if I was sprinting it, but like I finished pretty competitively time wise. Like I was finishing. Some people didn't finish it.
Do you think the wheelbarrow needed to be heavier or just further?
What would make that work out
more
awesome?
rope climbs at a time?
Like 7 rounds of 2 to 3 rope climbs.
You would have had for the wheelbarrow to become part of the stage. It would have had to be so heavy that it just wouldn't have made sense, because like then there's such a disparity between lanes. Like if you get one lane is a little bit better than another, and you have super heavy wheelbarrows, then that becomes part of it.
Yeah.
So like,
do you think farmer carry would have changed it at all?
Yeah, maybe a farmer's carry, but I would say that was a rope climb stage.
Yep.
And maybe doing like 5 rounds, like wheelbarrow it to the thing, and then 2 rope climbs or maybe 3 rope climbs at a time. That would have maybe like 4 rounds, either 4 rounds with 3 rope climbs every time, or 5 rounds with 2 rope climbs every time. That I think adding more rope climbs, like rope climb on a rope, because then you can actually, the people that are good at rope climbing can actually start getting, everybody can climb at once when they come back.
Didn't last year y'all did 2 rope climbs in the sandbag rope climb workout?
You got to split it how you wanted.
But wasn't it 4 sandbags and 2 rope climbs, regardless how you split it?
Yeah. I don't know how many rope climbs
3
it was
for y'all?
I don't know. I just remember I did all the rope climbs at once.
It was only 4 rounds though. So 4 rounds of either 2 or 3.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember.
But even, I mean, it's definitely at a place now where the rope climb, it needs to be, it could be 2 or 3.
I'll give the Tactical Games community credit. They've really improved climbing ropes since 2021, when people were just like frogging it up and sliding down and frogging it. And it was just so dangerous. Yeah. But yeah, good job, folks. You guys are learning to actually climb ropes.
Yeah.
That was the stage where the pistol target was really difficult.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, and I remember because I remember thinking like, man, I can just shoot really good on pistol on this one and like weasel my way into a good score. Yeah, I remember that. The pistol.
There was some chatter that the boys were just going to go mag dump on the pistol just to get back to.
I was feeding the beast. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hilarious. It was a little bit different of a workout for the women. I think that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm the only one that finished.
I think that may be true. We can look it up.
Cassidy was really close.
Cassidy was close, but she didn't get there. Nobody else. Maybe Jordan may have finished.
I think that she had 1 mag left.
Okay.
She was getting to the last mag. So her and Cassidy were similar.
Yeah.
Honestly, it might have, like, I don't think it was the workout that was making it. Was just like how much time. It was time filler.
Sure.
Because there was a lot of guys that weren't finishing, and then when they weren't finishing, they weren't like tired.
Right.
because they didn't finish. It was just like they didn't manage their time well on the stage.
Yeah. And I think that for me, like I could have even made it more time on the firing line and not cut it so
I was
close.
just about to ask, do you think shooting cadence had played factor into that?
Big
It was-
time.
People were jacking around with their wheelbarrows a lot.
Got it.
And like I think having competed, wheelbarrows used to be like we used to take them bitches for like a month.
Yeah, for those that were at Meridian 22 or 23, you know.
We used to take those things for a long ride, and I got really good at knowing how to place it, set it down, bounce it around, stuff like that. Just from competing for so long that like I know how to manipulate that thing to get it.
To do what you want.
It's like you cut 4 seconds here, you cut 4 seconds there, and over 10 rounds, you've cut off a minute and a half of doing it just because you know how to kind of manage the thing. But yeah, I think it was more of a time management thing than a.
If you look at that workout just by nature, it's very much a transitions-based workout.
Yeah.
So if you were slow in your transitions, you definitely did not have a chance of finishing it.
And being competent in rope climbs, like there wasn't ever a time, like I started getting a little, just because I was in terrible shape, I started getting gassed at the end of it. Just I couldn't breathe very well. And, but there was never a time, even when I was out of breath and like rounds 9 and 10, that I wasn't like, climbing the rope was a break for me. Like I got to just grab the rope and go up the rope real quick. And the putting the wheelbarrow down, you do not need chalk.
Right.
And there was people chalking up before they did it every time. And like put the wheelbarrow down, get on the rope. Like rest later.
Right.
Because if you keep having that mentality in a workout like that, then next thing you know, the workout's over and you never needed anything. So
Agreed. The best part of that workout, I was cutting it close to finish my last round of the workout, and I got to the firing line with like 15 seconds left for my last magazine of pistol, and I mag dumped, but not like pow, 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 pow. It was like cadence, like pow, 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 pow. And I hit 4 out of the 9 or whatever it was.
yeah.
Which was like pretty on par with the rest of the rounds. And I was like, damn, that was so cool. I should have just done that the whole time. So that was like a really fun moment to cap that off.
But no, it was a really fun stage though. Like I
was good.
enjoyed it. And
I was going to say for the females doing it, the wheelbarrow was not irrelevant. Like I felt my grip definitely for sure by the later half of the workout.
maybe I should add, early in my days of business ownership, I owned an irrigation company. So I've spent more than an average amount of time on a wheelbarrow when I was starting out my company. So wheelbarrows have never been a problem for me.
Yeah. But I do think the women's field could also advance and do multiple rope climbs at a time as well. All right, stage 8 was tack-2 gun. That was the one behind the classroom with the spinning objects.
Yeah.
So thought that was cool. That was a fun one. There's a pistol spinner, some paper, Texas Star spinner.
I'm just going to overlay the video of her right now.
Oh, don't. And then ended off with the freestanding rifle plates.
I donated a lot of rounds to the right of the top plate on the spinner. Still spun it with not many. I ended up having to shoot the back of it anyway. But I've shot a lot of 3-gun, and going into it, I looked at the stage and I said, this is a spinner stage. Whoever shoots the spinner over the fastest wins the stage. And it's like all this other stuff's irrelevant. Like we're all going to shoot it within a couple seconds of each other. This comes down to the spinner.
Yep.
And that's ultimately what happened. The guys that shot the spinner good won the stage. The guys that, like I whiffed the top one, like two of the tilts back or whatever. I whiffed it 2 or 3 times with shots, and it slowed me down a couple of swings, and that was 10 seconds maybe.
Right.
15 seconds, and I was 10, 15 seconds off the top time. And it was a spinner stage. So, but having said that, it was a huge leap forward from the year before.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
great, very good job on that. It was
Huge
a
leap forward.
very, very strong step in the right direction for having it. And like at the end of the day, you had to execute the stage, and the spinner was a big part of the stage. Was the stage. So shot that, shot that well. You know, if you shot the spinner well and executed on that, then great. And then a lot of it was some people didn't shoot the spinner very good and just basically like, well, there it goes, and didn't finish out the stage. Like, even if you don't do that well on a spinner, like I didn't shoot the spinner great. It was okay. But then like finish the rest of the stage
Still got to
strong.
attack the stage.
Yeah.
And like manage the bleeding type thing. So like just don't give up on yourself halfway through it.
I know we'll get to the other 2-gun stage, the creek run, but I really liked how the first one was pistol heavy and the second one was rifle heavy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like if you were better at one discipline versus the other, you got your turn.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So I know we'll
Good
get to
point.
that one in a minute, but I liked how that one was pistol heavy and the other one was rifle heavy.
Yeah, for sure. I liked it. Thought that was a good one. Stage 9, Inman, but worse. Can we take a quick pause so I can pee?
Yeah. Jared can talk while you go pee. You can hop over that. You're
We're going to
athletic.
keep it going, or is she
Yeah,
going?
you just talk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Inman, but worse. Let's see. We shot steel.
yes, that was the sandbag over, obviously, the Inman portion. 3 reps at the first weight, 2 reps at the next weight, 1 rep at the heaviest weight, which was
250.
250 for the dudes, 200
Yeah.
for the ladies. And
It's
then
150, 200, 250 for us.
and theirs was 125, 150, 200.
Yeah. And then we pushed the sled with the lighter weight to the firing line. You shot steel, and then you picked up any misses with
The lighter weight.
the lighter weight going in the bag over the yoke that was at the firing line.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were done with that, you put it back on the sled, push the sled back to the back,
Yep.
and then you do your stuff
next
again.
round of 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Man, I going into that stage, I knew I was pissed because I wasn't healthy. I was like, man, like this would be really fun if I was healthy, and it would have been like a really good workout to push hard and like bury yourself on, but get rewarded for it.
Sure.
So the layout of the stage, I really liked it. Going into it, like after I'm done, people know that I am not being competitive this weekend. So they would all walk up like, hey dude, how'd it go? What'd you do? In the next group that was
Sure.
going. And basically I told them, I was like, hey, if you miss once, you might as well miss twice, because when you take the bag off the thing, you have to put it like over the yoke to the other side. And regardless, you have to get your bag back. And it was almost easier to pick your bag up and set it on top of the yoke for number 2, and then just like yeet it over onto your sled instead of trying to like roll it under and pick it up, whatever.
Sure.
And that's what I told the people that asked. I was like, hey, listen, if you miss once, just miss twice. Like blow that last round down there and miss twice, because you got to throw the bag over it anyway, or get it over there anyway. And it's easier to set it up there and just push it.
Sure.
And, but I thought the layout of the stage was really good. It rewarded people that pushed real fast. I knew I had 0 bag overs to give. So the 2 stages the 2 rounds I did shoot, I didn't miss any. I was shooting with literally, I think I told Zach Wolf, my judge, going into it. I either told him or maybe I told Zach Rodman. I was like, if I miss once, I'm done. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to put my stuff up. I was like, because I have 0 extra bag overs right now.
Sure.
And even though it was 150 pounds, I was like, I can't. Like, I have enough to maybe do a couple rounds, but if I get into where I have to do 3 or 4, I'm done.
Right.
And I shot those with I wish my entire career I've shot with that much focus because I was just desperately not wanting to miss
Sure.
so bad. I thought it was a great stage. The turf seems to be doing okay. I know there was a couple people that said like it rolled up in front of their sled or whatever, but like I didn't have that experience. It seemed fine. And
I did think from the backside of the yoke of the 3-2-1 that the where the wood was at the end of the turf versus the yoke, I thought that was a little tight.
it was. I hit the back of my head the first time.
Oh shit.
Like picking up because from like where you had to stand, and then I started standing sideways. And regularly that's not a problem. Like that'd have been fine, but I had to pick it up.
Facing it.
I couldn't turn with that weight.
Sure.
The way I am right now. And so I was having to like with purpose pick up like and stand up with my head right, but the yoke could have been like a foot further away.
Sure.
Or on the turf.
Right.
One of the two. But yeah, it was good. I like the stage. I don't know what. Oh, you had a different experience.
Yeah.
That's the perspective of somebody that's 6 foot tall and moving along.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree that it was a good stage. So for me, from my experience, we show up to the brief, and the stage brief that's written says that we're going to do this at 40 inches.
Are you reading it right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Got it.
40 inches. And then we show up, and Chris tells us that we're going to keep the bar heights at the higher height that the men are doing it at. So,
which was what?
It said 48 on the thing. I don't know what the actual measurement was on the field, but like tall.
I remember picking up the 200-pound bag and setting it. And I didn't know when I did it if it's just because I'm not as strong as I normally am.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the first time I've ever pinned a 200-pound bag on the bar and had to like
push it over,
get it up, do that thing where you kind of ratchet it up a little bit and get it over. It could have been a normal height for me, but I'm just not where I usually am. But I do remember in the first round thinking, you got to get this bag up. So I can only imagine being a foot shorter with the.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of you holding that bigger bag, trying to get it over, and I was like, you had to put it on your shoulder. Sal used to do that. Sal would put it on his shoulder, like he would shoulder the bag and then put it over the yoke. Yeah, shouldering a 200-pound bag as a female that many times, I don't know.
Right. It's just, progression of how you would increase difficulty on bag stages in the competition. If you're going to go from where we were last year to going heavy, like you're going heavier. So now we have the 200-pound bag.
Yeah, or 180 last
We
year.
did 175 last year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But so you're going to increase the bag weight and you're going to make us do it at a higher height? This is supposed to be incremental, not just, I don't know. I just felt like that was
I think
really
20%. I mean, if it was 42 inches or even 44, it's one thing, but
and it's not like
it was a 20% increase, and the men were having trouble getting it over the bar, and they left it at the same height for the ladies, who were averagely 8 to 10 inches shorter and 100 pounds less.
Because usually, if I don't win the Inman stage, I'm usually in the high 90s.
Sure.
On Inman, and even though I wasn't
physically there
in tip top, even close tip top, but I noticed the height.
Sure.
Like the first time I picked up the bag, I noticed the height.
Yeah.
So, did they have 100-pound bags there for like the other divisions? Was there a 100-pound bag there?
They had all the way down to, I think, like a 60-pound bag.
Maybe for like logistics wise, if they didn't have time to lower it from 48 to 40, they could have gone for the females like 100.
Dude, I just don't buy that with the layout of this that we had for this heat, because we had all women in my squad. Yeah. And there's downtime before, like during the brief, you have everyone right there. Chris could be like, hey, I need y'all's help to put all these down. We quickly put them all down where they need to be, and then we can put them all back up when we're done.
Was it yokes or was it
Yokes.
bolts? Yokes. So you just pull pins.
Yeah, so I thought through that, and I'm
trying.
like,
I'm trying.
Are we? I was like, are we being lazy right now? Because sign me up, I'm here, I'll do them all.
Yeah.
And that just didn't check out because there was time.
It wasn't. I mean, it was collectively the entire squad was women's divisions. It was women's elite, women's tactical, women's 40 plus. So collectively, the entire division was like, we will help move them. And Chris said, I cannot move them.
And the only other women were women's intermediate. So, and they were in a totally different squad. So they would still be apples to apples comparing themselves. If they all did it to the higher bar.
Gotcha.
Already, it's a different division.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, that was frustrating for me. Same experience on the trying to put the bags over the yoke too, where the yoke was butted up against the turf. So that board on the other side, when I was putting stuff over on that side, my feet were uneven, and I was either heels on the board with toes on the ground, or 1 foot on the board, 1 foot on the ground. And the board was a little higher, but too far away for me to stand fully on it and pick up the bag, because then the bag is at a deficit in front of you, and the sled is right on my butt, and there wasn't room.
I didn't think about it, but I just remember this. I did hear that there was a guy, and I don't know who it was, and I guess it's fine, that was picking it up and putting it on top. And then like, as the bag went over, he'd kind of like pull it back to him. So that way,
Put it under one side.
Yeah.
So he was just lifting from one side.
I saw the women's 40. I saw Jamie Lasco doing it in the women's 40 plus.
Okay.
And I looked at her and I was like, I wish we would have known that you could have done this. But I think for hers, the 150 was the one she had to do multiple times. I don't know if she could have sat it over and then tried to catch it. It would have been too much. And then rolling a 150 with that pit that's on either side of it, she wouldn't have been able to flip it back. It's too much effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a good idea though. And
It's a great idea.
I do wish I would have thought of it, because then you could have put a stopper,
on
like
the
the 200 pound
let
bag,
it
so
roll
it like
into it.
hits that and rolls back.
Yeah,
to
you could have put like your lighter bag over there, so that way it kind of hit it and came back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would have been smart. And I didn't think of that because I was in rage mode mentally. Straight rage. Oh, I was so mad.
It wasn't a bad stage. It just was, the bar was too high for women. That's it.
Yeah.
I like the weight. I like the sled push. I liked everything about the stage.
I was looking
other
at
than
this.
the fact that the bar height was 20% too high for the
I was
women.
looking at this too. Y'all sled pushed the 150.
It was our lightest bag, yeah.
Yeah, we sled pushed the 125, which is a little tougher. So, because I was like, why was I struggling so hard on that sled too?
Yeah. Like just kind of thinking through it, like maybe one way, if you didn't want to have to reset that height, would have been to the penalty yoke that was like our penalty yoke could have been their working yoke at 40 inches. And then for us, the penalty would have been going over the 40 inch with the 150 pound bag. And then they could have done the work on that. Like the females could have done the work on the 40 inch side. And then the females could have done the penalties
On the other side.
on the other side at the
taller
higher height,
bar.
at the higher height with the lightest bag.
Janae, 125 to 150 is 83%. I think that's fine for sleds.
Just curious.
So, but but that way y'all could have done the penalty, and they could have had like an 80 pound bag down there that you did the penalty things with or whatever. So then they didn't have to reset either of the yoke heights, but still got to do the stage. It would have been a little bit different order, but whatever. You're still doing the penalties where you're doing the penalties. But then you wouldn't have had to like pull bolt pins or move stuff, whatever.
Sure. Honestly, I mean, I was super disappointed in that workout, just from a personal standpoint too. I mean, I told you after that, like I let my emotions get too high. When I did Mayhem Mindset with Jim, he would say that like emotion isn't useful at a certain point. And most often we would say like emotion isn't useful in the gym at all. And we would talk about how like emotion is good as energy, and then anything past that is not helpful. So like it definitely exceeded like the meaning, like you can use it to fuel a performance in a positive way. But if it's too much emotion, then it actually becomes detrimental, because I'm too, like, in that case, I was too mad.
A couple of people made a comment that you work out so like
Chill.
you know, and I think that maybe one of the best things I've probably passed to you is how monotoned I've always worked out.
Yeah.
Like you can never tell if I'm happy or sad or pissed off or whatever when I'm actually working out. Now, when I fired the last shot and crossed the finish line, you got to give me like 3 minutes, because I'll tell you exactly what I feel about life. But,
I can so relate to that.
like when I'm actually working out, it's just monotoned the entire time, and I think that you haven't always been like that. So that's been something that you've gotten really good at doing, is just like going through the work and saving your emotions till.
And I'm usually so good about that. This is like literally the first time that I can remember that I've let an emotion, in this case anger, get so much that I'm not like thinking in a smart way.
Yeah.
Like I could have changed my game plan quicker and been like, all right, well, this is a situation, I need to accept it, and how can I get the most out of my performance with this then? And I just stayed in that a little too long, and yeah, it was to my detriment. So it was a sucky thing to look back on, but something that will help me learn and grow as an athlete.
Maybe you can grow a little bit more than 48 inches won't be.
Yeah.
48
Can I
inches
grow in
is
height
like
too?
48 inches like your shoulder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she walked up to it and it's like it's at the top of her shoulder.
Also, what do they measure it off of? The bottom of the yoke? Because then the sand gets kind of, or the ground gets
Correct.
worn up beneath it. Anyways. Next, Stage 10, Razzle Dazzle.
There you go.
I like the stage. It's a really good stage. I honestly, what that stage is boiled down 100% to is just make your rifle shots in the head. And like however slow you have to do it, just do it. And this isn't like a slow down and get your hits thing, but literally the stage is
Rifle shooting
into the head. And then, so that's like priority one is getting the shots in the head with the rifle. And then priority, like the second most important part of that stage is your show clear,
your
transition over. And then now we have to load, like used to you start with your pistol hot, but now you got to start pistol cold. And then like transition over to a pistol loaded, like that transition from your last rifle shot to your first pistol shot, like priority one, hit with rifle. Then priority two, how fast can you get over and get your pistol loaded? Because I saw a ton of people sprinting over to the front left to where their pistol is, and like they barely have even drawn their pistol, and then they're standing in the box doing the rest of stuff. But yeah, that's what the stages come to. Just like shoot the rifle shots in the head and make sure you get those hits, whatever speed that you need to shoot at to make sure you get those. And then it's a transition. That's the rest of the stage is just a transition.
Which a lot can be dry fired.
Yeah.
Dry fire that. I felt like I shot so slow on the rifle to get those headshots. And then I went and watched Jake's video that he took of me shooting it. And I was like, wow, that was fast.
It was so funny. She's like, all right, I'm just going to like pull up and be real slow. And it's like, beep, shoo, bam, bam, reload, bam, bam. I was like, yo, what happened to chill? There was no chill there. It was gas.
But in my mind, I felt like I was taking 10 years to pull these shots. And it's so funny how that perception is not reality when you're actually going. Like the time just slows down when you're in the moment. You're like, bang, wait, bang. Like that's what it feels like to me. But then I go and watch the video and it's like, pull up, bang. Bang.
Her first shot was sub 1.5 seconds. And we were like, hey, which is not super fast, but it's like we're not trying to be a sub one there. We're trying to get a hit in the head box that's 25 yards away. Like it's not supposed to be fast, and you ripped it.
I remember
felt slow.
Ripped it.
I was doing things with intention on that stage just because I haven't been shooting at all. And I remember shooting, just thinking like, man, I'm going so slow. And then start thinking like, have I been aiming a little high? I should have been aiming a little high, but I don't know if I've been aiming a little high. And then, I kept shooting and I was like, man, I hope I was aiming where I should have been aiming because it's going to be embarrassing to be shooting this slow and like hit him in the neck or something, because it's a hide over bore situation. Yeah. And like, I didn't even walk and look at the targets. I was just like, please, Jesus, don't. And then they're like, hey, it's clean. I was like, thank God. So
I had the same moment where I walked though. I like holstered my gun and walked right up to it.
I don't know. I think I shot at 26 or 27, something like that. And it was like,
right.
if I feel like I shot that slower than I ever have, but it's just an execution. Like you have to execute the transition and yep.
Another one that's just get out of here alive.
Yeah. Just try to minimize malfunctions and penalties and stuff.
Aaron Clark, dude, I felt so bad for him. Something happened. He shot his rifle. Have I told you? So he shot his rifle and he went to go sling his rifle and it just went down around him. And like he kept his muzzle good the whole time and everything. But like he stepped out of his sling. Like it went down around his legs. And he kept his muzzle like in the 180 the whole time, did all that stuff. Like it's amazing that he kept his muzzle good. Kept his muzzle good the whole time. His gun went all the way down. He had to step out of his sling, re-sling his rifle. And I think the whole thing is he on the show clear, he didn't show clear. He either didn't do it right or didn't. Yeah, something happened in like the show clear portion of it that maybe he had his mag. I can't remember. Something happened when you're supposed to show clear. He got called back, and then whenever he got called back, he took a couple steps backwards, and I guess his sling went down around his torso, and he didn't realize it. And the next thing you know, it's like he's stepping out of it, putting it back on, getting it all back together, then went
Running. Oh gosh.
but like he kept his cool the whole time. He kept one because like he could have gone home.
Good on him for staying like mentally in the zone and recovering well, though. That's awesome. Next one.
11.
Get to the Chippa. This was the one with the wall and the red box and the side throws.
Mm-hmm.
And the bear crawl.
The 3 or 4-parter.
4-parter. Hardest rifle shooting I did all weekend.
Oh yeah.
By a landslide.
Offhand.
Yeah. Freestanding, small targets, ruck on you. So
everything was in 12. So it was 12 sandbag throws, go shoot, 12 box step overs, go shoot, 12 bag over, body over the wall, go shoot, and then 12 little excessive, but 12 sandbag bear crawl drag lengths.
Yeah.
6 down and backs, but 12 lengths. How tall was that wall? 5.5 feet?
No, it was taller than me.
5.5 feet's taller than you.
Yeah, well, not by much.
It was fine for me.
Yeah.
Could you see over it?
Yeah, I could see over it.
So
Then
it
it
was
was probably
between 5.5
5.5
and 6 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I went into it knowing I was honestly trying to pace it to where I was gonna run out of time before I had to do the bag drag thing, and I knew that stage was gonna gas me. Just that much work, and I don't have enough breathing capacity right now for that.
Sure.
And the bag step overs, the box, when the box is on 24,
Yep.
yeah, 24, it's on its narrow state, and the ground should probably be a little bit more steady for that. The boxes were very, like, I was putting my foot on it and like making sure the box was settled before I picked up my back foot onto it. And I was doing everything with a lot of intention on that. And then like when Jose went after me, I was holding the box down. And like, cause I saw Hepner or somebody was, I think Hepner was holding the box for Spencer.
Yeah.
Early, and I was like, I'm going to hold the box for Jose. Like, I don't want to see him go down.
Right.
And, but the box is definitely a little bit shaky. But the bag overs for us were really good. I liked it. I thought it was really good. Like it's basically a muscle up without having a muscle up bar. And, like it was a stage that I really wish I was in regular shape for.
Sure.
Cause it would have been fun to do it. But I'm not a fan of there's no like sandbag drags or whatever. It should have never made it into nationals.
Sure.
And I don't think that it wasn't like a huge separating issue for the guys, but like there was some people dragging it with like just dragging their knuckles on the ground and like basically walking with the bag, and the putting you can't have an athlete judge hold standards, you know, because you're just there to count reps, and then the judges, like, you don't want to put that on them either. But kind of the premise of the tactical game, not since the beginning, but since it started making really good sense, the physical part, is that there's not supposed to be like objective standards, and there's objective standards like 3 points of contact while I'm dragging my knuckles. Like, you know, that portion should have never made it into nationals, but it also didn't really turn into, I think, a big, maybe if I was in better shape and I was in the hunt and all that stuff, I would have been upset about it, but I just didn't care.
There was a little chatter in the women's squad about it.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I tried to time it to where I wasn't going to have to do any of that, and I ended up doing 5 or 6 of the drags. And Zach Wolf was like, let's go. I was like, nope, we're not going. We're doing this. So,
He's a good dude.
yeah.
I thought it was a good stage. I mean, physically it was difficult. I think the rifle was a little too hard, but the thing with the bear crawl is just inconsistency across events and then even within. And I think that was frustrating for people. Like when we did it in Ohio, people were like, it was a hard line of your whole hand had to be on the ground for the duration of the bag moving. You couldn't even like throw it forward. And with the ground there, you couldn't really throw it anyways.
Everybody in Ohio was on their hands and knees crawling.
Yeah. I don't know how it worked out that way.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know how it worked out that way or why.
Whatever standards were held there, everyone did it the same. They looked the same. It was either your knees are off the ground or your knees are on, and everyone's knees were on the ground besides two people. And then, you know, you show up to the nationals and you expect that same standard, and it really wasn't the same, and people were getting away with a lot more. So I think that's the trouble spot with something like that movement, is having consistent standards so you know what to expect, because athletes that did Ohio are like looking at these people doing it different, and they're like, are you not going to call that? That's not the same thing. But then if that is going to be allowed here, you have to kind of play the game.
Yeah. So then what do? You play the game or do you not?
See, I've never, you know, that I hate it when there's an opportunity for your morals. Like, I am not going to do something incorrect.
Right.
And if you tell me to do something a certain way, I'm going to do that. Even if I watch somebody else do it wrong and like game it, it's like, I'm not going to win that way.
Right.
And when somebody does take advantage of that, in my mind, when somebody does that, it's like, fuck all you guys.
Right.
I'm going to go do this. I'm going to take this stage from you guys and all your hard work that you've put into this, whatever. I'm going to do it this way because it's 10 times easier, and I know I shouldn't, but ping me for it. You know, like, let's see if somebody calls me for it. There should never be a movement like that your like moral compass is put on the line for a score. Because like there have been things in the past where it's like there's clearly the way that it's intended to be done, and there's clearly what people who are not doing it correctly. And then at the end of the day, your score never comes with an asterisk. It's like, but I did that stage like an asshole, and that's why I won.
Right.
Or I finished first place, and my good friend, I screwed him out of first place, and he got second place in the event because I screwed him on a stage. It's like that never shows. It's just the picture of you in first place.
Right.
And that eats at me, and I will never forget you when you do that.
And I think on this one, there was a way that you could do it that would be dancing on the fence in the gray area, but still meet the literal standards of the movement, but is advantageous performance-wise. And then you could get egregious, and then you're tapping into more of what you're talking about. And that fence line is just a little gray.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's a thin line to walk.
Yeah, I got nothing more to say about that. It was
But
fine.
honest, the stage, I really wish I was healthy for that stage. Like the rest of it was really good. Wish the boxes were a little bit more steady, but like I like that style of the stage. Going over the wall, all that other stuff. I know some of the females struggled with the wall height, especially with the weight of the bag pulling them back a little bit. Like I know that it kind of turned into a little bit of a graveyard over there, but like for the guys, the stage layout was really good. I really liked it.
0 women finished the stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they didn't get through the sandbag drags.
You didn't finish that stage? Oh.
0 women finished that stage. 0 women finished Inman.
Okay. I didn't know that.
We advocated for the 20-inch box for the women, which was
Oh,
literally
yeah.
necessary from a safety standpoint.
I was shocked that they were going to leave it at 24 inches for the ladies because it was bad for the men.
There was a bunch of guys that went ass over tea kettle on that one. Like the box came out from underneath them and they landed on the box. And,
Yeah. Instability and just the depth of that for women. Yeah. Anyways, it's a recipe for knee injuries. I don't think that's necessary. Next one.
I think Brandon hurt his knee coming, like stepping off the box. I don't think his box like slipped out. I think it was.
Yeah, when I think it was when he
down.
came down, he hyperextended it.
I just hate so on that type of movement, typically in the gym, we pivot. Like you swivel your body, and under that much load, the instability of the ground
box.
underneath it.
Yeah.
It's even
swivel.
it's even
We just
hard in
don't
the
need to
gym
do
with the
that.
soft boxes.
Correct.
And that's completely flat ground.
Yeah.
And just like the instability of the soft box makes it and that's stable.
Right.
You know, add a rock underneath it under a wood box.
I think for step ups, and we can go back and look at CrossFit standards, but I think for step ups in competition under load, everybody's at 20 inches, men included.
Yeah.
We can go back and look at that and make sure I'm right about that. But like Chad is 20 inches. Chad in the games was 20 inches. It was multiple steps, 20 inches, but it was still 20 inches every step.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't know. Just something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strength erg stage with the 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off, alternating chest press, seated row, and then leg press.
Yeah, I had nothing for that. My core was shot. I think I did like 1,500 or something like that, or 1,800. And I did like 3,600 on the legs. I think I
Didn't
matched.
you say Aaron Clark
He
did
got like 4,700 on the legs.
just the legs? That was her
Yeah.
total score. Was
That's
47, 41.
I think
He
I,
did it just on the legs.
I'm pretty sure on just my legs, I outdid both. Like if you add up my pull and push, it doesn't equal what I did with my legs.
Dude, that's so
Funny.
insane. That's
I,
wild.
I pulled on that thing one time and my body just went forward. Like I had no core to hold that. My core is shot. So
Understandable. Did it hurt just as bad for you as the rest of the competitors, though? Did you get into that lactic acid burn
no,
state?
not with my upper body. I just couldn't do it. Like when I was trying to push, like I didn't even know how much core you use when like you're pushing.
Yeah.
And like my abs had been cut open 5 weeks before. Like I didn't have it. So I was just like sitting there with my back flat on the thing, just like
Trying to chest press,
and I
yeah.
started like kind of lifting up and just not even bending my arms, just kind of, I don't know.
Gravity.
Yeah, I was not about to hurt something, so I was over it. And then it came to legs, and I was like, I can kind of save my score here, and pushed on the legs. But I mean, I only had so much to give on that too. So
How was that stage for you, Jenay?
So hard. I was in such a hurt locker. We all were. But I was messed up for like 15, 20 minutes after.
Oh, yeah. I sat on the warm-up one for like 10 minutes afterwards. And one guy's like, hey, can I use that? I was like, no, man, I'm sorry. I was like, I can't move right now.
move right now.
Hilarious. But I expected to get a big hit on that one just based on my strength.
I think
And
the time domain allowed you to stay in the game.
yeah, I was surprised by that.
I think you got 84% or something like that.
Like, not bad. I'll
Yeah.
take it. On the first chest press one, when I realized I wasn't far behind compared to the girls around me, I was like, oh, dang, I can hang. And I knew that the legs would get me at the end, that all the girls would just absolutely.
What were y'all getting on that?
I got like
You got like
1,100 or 1,200 on the bench press, I think.
Yeah.
Does that sound
And
right?
I think you were like just over 1,000 on the row, but I think Lupe got 13 on the row. She matched Jenay's bench.
Man, I think I got like 1,600 or something like that.
on the row. The row was really hard for me.
I was
Yeah.
like at 15 to 1,800 in there somewhere.
I just know Lupe because she was sitting right next to Jenay, and I could hear when her scores were being called. So she was right there. And I just remember, like, after the row, I snapped over and looked at her, and I was like, damn. Good
job.
Smacked
Yeah,
the rest
she
of the
crushed
girls.
that.
Also epically horrible at like push-ups and bench press. I am all legs. I'm like 90% legs, and the rest of it's just there for whatever.
That was a different type of hurt, though. That sucked. No one evaded the suck on that.
What was next?
Loaded carry. This was the one at 470.
Oh, this was
Yeah.
the where you did a front rack walk and then overhead,
And
walk
overhead,
and front rack
and
walk
single arm
overhead
farmer's
walk.
carry for the penalty if you did not hit on
So
single
I
hand
was-
pistol or rifle.
I'm not. This is personal opinion, like a personal coach thing. I'm not for twisting with weight when you have weight above your waist and you're twisting with it. I mean, I've had 2 back surgeries, so I'm pretty prone to stuff like that. But man, that was a lot of like turning around with weight overhead and at your. I don't know, I didn't like it.
And there wasn't.
I didn't like watching it.
There wasn't like a zone that you had to have it overhead
Right.
before you turned. So it was like, it's in the front rack when you tap your foot, and then as you're turning back, you're like pressing the bar overhead.
Dude, it was a lot of like spinal twisting with bars going up and down, and I was
I guess it's a choice too. We could have just stood still and put it over
I just
our heads,
think
but
at some point you just put it down, step over it, turn around, pick it back up, and then it turns into like a clean and jerk workout versus
I'd have made you proud.
you put it down.
I didn't have it. Dude, I had nothing left for anything.
Dude, I was so worried about that workout.
Oh, this
just
was
being a
pretty late
coach,
for you,
I just
yeah.
was over there like biting my nails. It was tough for me to watch that one.
After round one, I think I put it down at every turn. Because Anna just wasn't like I've always been very good at cleaning weight, like even being a piece of crap that I am right now. It was just for me. I was like, I'm just gonna set this down, step over it, and clean it, and go. And it was easier to do that. And then I also needed to breathe. So.
Sure.
And then like my core being nothing, like I felt like my legs were pushing against like Jello to get it overhead. And Rose sent me a picture of like me jerking it to the top, and like my feet are like 6 inches off the ground. Like it was all legs getting that thing over. And but like the shooting, missed one. I missed my first shot. I shot high over the center of the target, and then I just corrected off of it and kept shooting. And I shot the rest of it clean. I think I missed one pistol shot. Maybe two pistol. No. That was when we were shooting right-handed pistol.
yes.
I missed probably 4 or 5 pistol shots total, if I remember right. I don't know. I think I never did more than like 2 penalty things, whatever they were.
That's really good.
I really feel like the penalty thing was a very strong penalty.
Yeah.
Because
That one was a very strong penalty.
I
yes,
remember
agree.
finishing
Yeah.
and then looking back and being like, there are people just getting fucking buried on these carries. And
Because down and back was 1, right?
And that's definitely more than 10 seconds.
And if you missed all 6 of your pistol shots or 7 of your pistol shots, it was 7 down and backs.
Down.
I remember
yeah.
now. I've never focused so hard on a pistol shot in my life. It's like, I can't. I got nothing for these. Yeah.
We watched Chris Gillespie test that workout. That was when we walked up on Thursday, and he was just finishing up testing. He looked smoked.
Well, I think he had was it 11 misses or 12 misses?
Yeah, he was just
And-
burying himself going back and forth.
I don't know, it was a big amount. And yeah, he didn't even finish them. He's like, all right, I think I'm good.
He goes, that's 11. He looked back at us. He's like, that's 11.
That was
Yeah. We watched him do it. I think he was long range was getting him on that one, I think.
Yeah. I like the concept of it because it's back to the workout that we used to program with the Xerxer carries, the front rack and the overhead. So I like the concept of the workout. I'm not trashing that. I just, as a person who's had 2 back surgeries, it's very scary for me to watch people just twist with weight at speed for a competition. It just,
If it would have been heavier, I would have been
gut-checked
more
me.
concerned too.
yeah.
It was a good weight
To
for
me,
that.
it's the light stuff is where it gets you.
Oh, really?
Because
Okay.
you think it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I can go fast and I'm going to twist really fast and then bam, right? Like something really heavy. I'm not even thinking about twisting around with it. I'm going to set it down and step over.
Because they told us you had to touch this. I think we had to touch it with 1 foot.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Same standard.
I would go, because I think you carried it front rack
Away from the
away
firing
and
line.
then overhead back. So I would go and touch side, and then I'd be standing sideways, and I would stand still and jerk it, and then just start walking, to my left or whatever. So I was never like turning, I guess, with it. But then I just started putting it down.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't remember it ever being anything that was in my mind that I was like, I'm gonna get hurt here. I felt fine the whole way through it.
I felt in control on the carry. But
I'm just a weenie. It's totally okay.
no, it's a valid concern though.
Huge
I didn't-
bitch.
What was next?
TAC 2 gun, jungle run. Love me a jungle run.
So this one was the rifle heavy one.
Yep.
How many
Oh.
rifle targets were in that first little?
It's like 32 rounds or something, I think. 32 rounds.
They set it up to
16
where
targets.
they set it up to where you had to have a reload.
For most people, yeah. Unless you would go 1 for 1 on the tank trap, I think.
I'm talking about just the
I
paper.
think there was 16 rifle paper.
So there was 32 shots right there. So you had to, likely you had to have a mag change.
Yeah, going into the tank trap,
But for some reason, I thought I remember thinking that it was 28 rounds.
I think that they took some targets out from when we originally walked the stage, and then it was less. Because I remember Sal saying something about that it was less. But you'd still be risking it a little bit on the tank trap. Like, you wouldn't have a lot of room for makeup shots if you missed. If you did one magazine.
I shot a no-shoot. That's all I know.
Nice.
I remember thinking, like, that's the first freaking no-shoot I've shot in, like, 10 years. It's like, I don't remember shooting it.
Was it the two white ones that were, like, both no-shoots with not a brown one around it, and you, like, turned to it? And
No, it was one that was, like, on the side of a brown. I guess and I didn't have any other penalties, so I guess my other shot went into an A. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I shot more than once at it. I know I shot, like, 3 or 4 times at one target. Because I was moving and there was nothing else to shoot. So I was like, I might as well just keep shooting this one. Went in. The only thing that caught me off guard on that is that Chris was calling hits on the rifle. And then when we got onto the pistol in the jogging run, he wasn't calling hits. And I shot one of the targets twice. Like, hey, bro, I hit that. Like, are you going to...
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anything, but I was like, I guess we're not calling hits. And then
got it.
Just kept going. But really, that stage was the tank trap. Mm-hmm. Like, that was the stage. The rest of it, everybody was going to finish within a couple seconds of each other. And how you shot the tank trap was your score on the stage. Yeah. So, but you still had to push it on the other aspects of it. It's not like you could just, like, not do it. But everybody was going to shoot within the same amount of time. So, the tank trap was truly the test of that one.
Yeah.
Was that our last one? I think that was.
That was your last one, yeah.
Yeah.
We did 14 and then 7 and then the last stage. But yeah, I mean, I had fun in it. I think that I had a game plan that would be more sporty, and then I got scared because I didn't want to shoot through a wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, the DQ possibility was pretty high on that stage, given certain angles that you would shoot at. You'd be like at 175. And then also with the walls there and it, like, being kind of narrow window. Yeah, I got a little scared. And like, I'm not proud of how it looked at the end compared to the vision that I had for it, but I did it fine. And the time was fine. And I executed the tank trap fine.
Don't go to the windows. Janae's like through the
window.
Head and everything.
Yeah. She's like touching the targets with the gun.
That'd be so funny. All
I
A's,
saw the video
baby.
and I was like, don't tell people I taught you how to shoot.
Oh, so funny.
So for those that are wondering, she hasn't posted a video of it. I made a fun video, but
I'm not posting it.
She's not going to post it. So
I'm gonna make
the pistol portion of that video is gangster. I wish you would post it.
I'm gonna steal the idea from, like, Hebner and Spencer about that little, like, Superman cape. And, like, when you go off on your own doing something like that, I'm gonna make you wear, like, an extra patch. It's like Jared doesn't approve.
Hilarious.
I'll just put a little cape at the top of the video so we all know that, like, this was not Jared approved.
I wish I had the balls to run the stage as I wanted to, but I got scared because this is so far in the game. Other people have DQ'd for dumb stuff all weekend, and I'm like,
at this point, you had a solid.
Yeah,
you didn't need.
It was like, hey, get out of this unscathed.
Yeah,
and then pat you on the head and see you later.
Yeah, you did the right thing because a DQ and it's all over, right?
Yes. So, and I was like,
that's what I think you did maybe not as far into the.
We'll post the video.
Maybe like muzzle just past. But honestly, I've shot ports the same way for so long. I really feel like if I did put my muzzle into a port, I would end up DQing.
Trying to get out of it. So just drag it across and anyway.
I did what I had to. And the pistol part of that was wicked fun. I had so much fun on the pistol part.
You went 1 for 1 on the pistol portion.
The rifle part was all stress for me. Not trying to DQ and then be really accurate, which I did it. I wasn't stressed when I was actively doing the thing, but beforehand I was really worried about that. And then mentally I was like, if you get to the pistol, it's going to be such a good time. Get to the pistol after a decent run. So I got there and just had a blast with it and I got done. I was like, that was sweet.
I shot the pistol the same way you did.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I I shot the last steel on that line down the creek or whatever. And then I transitioned over and looked for that steel to the left of the tree. And I was like, don't see it.
Next to you.
So I was like, I'll just clip it on the way by.
It was an easy one to shoot on the move anyway, so
Yeah.
it worked out fine.
I sent like 4 at it on the way by.
Nice.
She went 1 for 1 on pistol. That portion of the video is like gangster.
Nice.
The
Maybe
timing
we'll
was
post
good.
that.
Yeah, we'll just post that portion.
Yeah. Instagram versus reality is we'll just post a good portion of that.
I'll put like 15 seconds late. I'll put the beep, and then I'll put 15 seconds
Yeah,
later, and
do
then
that.
and then she's gonna be running over from the pistol, or just dumping the rifle and running to the
So
pistol.
it's going to be like 45 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Damn, roasted.
Damn.
Should have been 30 seconds.
Oh, goodness.
funny.
All right, so stage 15.
That's the only one that's left. The final.
So this was a 3-hour last. I'm just kidding. How long you gotta go for?
Hey, the name of the stage is What a Drag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
I love the concept. I hate that it was such a long stage.
Yeah.
Was there not a time cap on it?
Zero time cap.
Zero time cap.
So the men's portion took Hepner won the stage. Took him 27 minutes. So
I just remember watching and like I had my little spotting scope out for the first time all weekend. I had my little spotting scope out. Just want to add that. And was looking through like watching Hepner's hits. And anyway, and then it was like, oh my gosh, it's taking so long. And y'all are only shooting rifle every other deal.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just by the end of the stage I had turned around, I was talking to Gabe
yeah.
and yeah. So
I think personal opinion. I just think a final workout should be 5 to 7 minutes. Absolute banger. Leave you on your back. Everybody's sprinting to like make it a bloodbath and make it exciting. I don't think that one was super exciting.
no. If it was so like maybe 5 rounds, but shoot your rifle and pistol both
Yeah.
times down.
Yeah.
But then, God, what were y'all doing for the penalty?
A full weave
A full weave with the bag or without the bag?
with the bag.
Oh, okay.
With the bag.
I watched the whole thing and I was like, what's going on with the penalties? And then I saw y'all doing the weaves and I kind of
With
thought,
both bags?
It was just with one bag for the. I don't know. It may have been with both. Shoot, I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
It was a lot
Yeah.
for the penalty. Watching the men go, I was like, this does not look fun right now.
It also would have been a little different had there not been a delay, and I don't know if there were. I don't know what was going on. They could have been focusing on arbitration, wrapping stages up. I don't know what was going on, but I was told it was supposed to start at like 6 or 6:30, and it didn't start till 8.
So I was ready to go at 6.
So it
and
was
then
like,
waiting.
or Hepner started at like 7:30, I think. Y'all started at 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what happened between like the 6. I think they were doing arbitration or something was going on that they couldn't all be there.
I went and ate Mexican food and burned it. And then I think I was messaging y'all.
Yeah,
and I was
you're
like,
messaging
hey,
me.
I was like, just let me know when they're just like 20 minutes out or whatever. But we all went and ate and burned it and then came back and watched Jenay do her thing and everybody else do their thing. And then, yeah, but on that, I forgot to say, there was one stage where we were calling hits for, like I was calling hits for Jose.
Yeah, it was when we shot the steel. It's the same spot that we shot the final.
Yeah. And not a fan of that. But yeah.
That was the
not gonna
Inman
talk-
stage.
Yeah. I think it went really well for me because I had Zach Wolf. He called it awesome. And then, like, I remember there was one rifle and it hit that Jose shot that hit to the right of the plate. And I was like almost frozen. I was like, did that hit and skip to the right or did he miss it to the right? And like, anyway, I was just immediately put into a position I did not want to be in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't want to
Hose him.
yeah, and I called it a miss. And like when he turned around, he didn't act like he thought he hit it. You know what I mean? But I could see how that could get real weird quick, and not a big fan of that. So
Agree. That was a late night.
So what's one piece of motivation or advice that you took with you into the weekend?
Yeah, two things. One, the conversation that we had when you were reminding me of me dry firing in my basement
Oh yeah.
a few years back, and how much it would mean to me if old me could see current me in the situation that I'm in, and have, I would be elated and in unbelief that I get to do what I get to do now at the level I get to do it. And that you said, like, do it for that girl. And in that way, not only did it give me a moment to like have gratitude for the journey that I've been on and where I'm at right now, but also it kind of freed me from pressure that was likely mostly put on by myself, not by other people. Actually, definitely
100%
self-inflicted.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it freed me to just, do it for me and not have to worry about the criticisms or praises or what I owe to any other person, but just like to honor, the journey that I've been on.
Yeah.
That for one. And then Jason Hopper's reel that I know we talked about. So Jason Hopper posted this thing about focusing on the what ifs of what could go right versus the what ifs of what could go wrong. And I know my thought cycle, especially pre-competition, can get a little negative. And I'm thinking about maybe a 2-gun stage, for example, and I could be like, oh, well, here's all of the things that I could possibly mess up. And they'll just run through my mind at night. And instead, he was like, why don't you focus on the what ifs of what could go right instead? And I liked that positive mentality switch. And it served me a lot in the last day or two going in. And even during the competition, I could look at the 2-gun stage and be like, this is a cool opportunity for me to smash right now. And like, I'm excited to shoot this hard thing because that's going to be a big win for me if I can do it right, which was the pistol portion, like that certain part that. And then when I smashed, I had like thought it into existence almost. So when I got up there, I was like excited about it, not necessarily holding on to any fear or negativity about it. So those two things helped me leading in.
Is my bullet going to make it through the bush like he says it's going to?
Yeah. It did.
It did.
It was so cool.
Yeah. No, it's everybody always says on Instagram, like, everybody always asks me, but like Jenay can attest and you can attest.
Yeah.
Every time we've taught a class, people are like, so what's the mindset that it takes to win a championship and stuff? And both of us have been there, right? Mm-hmm. And there's never been a time that I've gone into a championship that I wanted to be there, especially in the last couple of weeks, because you've trained so hard, so hard all year long, and like just focused on one thing, that by the time it gets there, it's the real struggle is in like the last 2 weeks, because you just don't want to do it anymore. Just completely done. Don't want to, like, would be happy just to walk away. And every time I've gone into it, like we were talking about earlier, like like after my second one, I was kind of done. And and that was why. Like, and then also like getting the motivation back after the championship to like start working out and start training again. Like, it went from the first time I did it to like 2 weeks later being like, let's go, going to get number 2. And then after number 2 being months after, and just being like, I don't want to do this anymore. Done. Like, I like working out and I like shooting guns, but I'm done with trying to be the best at this. And then like every now and then you start getting hair and you want to start coming back and all that stuff. And then anyway, but like talking about the mindset of what, and I've shied away from talking about it because like you don't want to discourage people, but like I know you feel it too. And the last couple weeks before nationals, there's this perception that like champions go into it and you're like, I'm gonna crush everybody, and nah, it's just completely freaking over it. You want to be with your family, you don't want to be here. And I almost think it's like you've made so much sacrifice throughout the year that you're just done with it.
Yeah.
And but that's why when I say like have fun, because the stark reality of it is that most people will try as hard as they can try for as long as they're ever going to try, and they're never going to make it. And it's much as it sucks to say, some people have it and some people don't. And like, you can kind of look at somebody and be like, they have what it takes. If they put the right stuff into it, they're going to win. Like when I met Jenay, I was like, if she puts the work into it, she's going to win. And then there's some people that I know, it's like, have fun with this sport. Like, enjoy the time with the people, do as best as you can, but like, it's not happening. And like, I've never told anybody that, but like, it's almost not sad, but it's almost just like you want to almost save somebody some trouble and say, hey, look, like, have fun, have really like set goals that are achievable, have fun, go give your best. It's very important, especially as a male, to have something to focus energy on, because if you're not focusing on something that is positive and healthy, you're going to focus your energy on something else. And like, as a male that is competitive and all that stuff, you need to find a healthy outlet. And this is a great healthy outlet. Like, you get your aggression out, you get to work out, you get to stay healthy, you learn how to shoot guns, you meet a lot of great people, and that's a win.
Yep.
And like, coming from somebody who has won championships to somebody who now that's not the most important thing in my life, you know, well, it never was, but like, it's not up there in the top 10 anymore. I had way more fun this year than I've ever had. And I feel way more fulfilled in like watching Jenay win and, you know, watching friends do well and like being able to spend time with the friends that I've made over the years. I felt way more fulfilled this year than any championship ever has made me. And, but that's like, people ask a lot, like, mentally, what does it take? And it's like, everything. That's what it takes. It takes everything. And at the end of the day, like, you got to decide whether it's worth it or not. And then how long is it worth it for? And, you know, I'm proud of the things that I've done, but I'm also proud of putting a knife in it when I did. And, you know, I'll compete in this sport for as long as there's sport to compete in, just because, like I said, it's healthy. It keeps me healthy, keeps me accountable, keeps me shooting guns, keeps me around people, because I'm a super hermit. I mean, y'all know this. Like, I don't talk to anybody unless I'm coming out to work out or whatever. Like, I don't talk to anybody ever. So it gets me out talking to people, keeps me engaged with a group of people and like really, really good friends that I've made. But anyway, I would say the path to being a champion is a lonely endeavor for sure. Like, you know, I know Jenay has spent a whole lot of hours alone in the gym working out. And like, Jake, you saw the gym that I was working out in when like it was a 10 by 20 room that had all my weights in it and stuff and like all the machines and stuff. Like, the amount of hours I spent dying in that room, you know. And then like I've said in the past, you try and like do things to make the fulfillment of winning last a long time, but like, in a champion's mindset, the second after they hand you the trophy, it's over. Now it's what's next year. What this means nothing if I don't win next year. And, you know, 2's good, 3's better, 4's best, 5's this, and like, it never stops. And like, it's like a shadow you'll never catch. And like, at some point you have to be able to like be humble enough to step back and say, I'm done chasing it. Like, I've done enough. And, you know, for as long as forever as any sport exists, like, I was in the sport for 4 years and basically at the top of this, I was at the top of the sport for 4 years. And like, that's a long time to be at the top of something.
Yes.
And then also, like, how long is my body going to last doing this stuff? And like, I want to be 60 and be able to do stuff without permanent injuries. And being a champion means you are beyond, there's like a curve and you've passed health and like you are at a non-maintainable pace. So anyway, not to go on a rant, but it's like, it's important to say, like, there's a lot of people that need to learn to have fun and set realistic expectations and be fulfilled when you meet your goal. And also understand that, like, if you want to know what it's like to win a championship, you can come spend a day with me and I'll show you what that looks like. And then say, go do that for 365 more days and you might win. you know, it's a very, man, like I would say it's worth it. Like I wouldn't go back and change what I did to win, but then I'm also glad I'm done doing it.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, this was probably the most fulfilling and fun year that I've had competing in the sport. And I think I finished worse than I've definitely finished worse than I ever have. So anyway, but, that's that. So,
I'm learning these lessons right now.
yeah.
And after this one, I had this pinnacle of 3 in my mind that even starting out, when I won 1, I was like, okay, but like 3 would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like you said, you're chasing a shadow. I just viewed it like a mountain originally. So when I finished 3, I felt, I thought that I would feel fulfilled in that. And then I was like, okay, I have stood on this mountaintop, metaphorical mountaintop of 3. And then you immediately look to 4.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that one's bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get there, that one's bigger.
Yeah.
And it's such a plague.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's literally like chasing a shadow, and then you reach out and grab it and you realize your hands are empty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's the day after winning a championship, you're looking at your empty hands, and it's like, I got to fill them again. So, but yeah, that's not to deter anybody from competing or trying to be the best that they can or whatever, but, also, set realistic expectations and be fulfilled when you meet those expectations.
Have you ever heard the quote, if you knew what it took to win, you wouldn't want to do it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, in golf, I played golf all the way through college, and, I quit halfway through college, but if you ever want to learn that lesson, go pick up a golf club. And I mean, the amount of lonely hours, 6 hours a day, every day, thousands of golf balls, just grinding and grinding and grinding, and then never making it. Like, I made it to most people's pinnacle. I got a college scholarship to go play, but like, I wanted to play professionally. And I woke up one day and I was like, if I look at one more golf ball, I'm going to go jump off a cliff. It's like, I can't do this anymore. And that's when I stopped. I literally went that day to my coach's office and I was like, find somebody else to give the scholarship to. I'm gone. And I worked out with the team for the rest of the year, and that was it. I was done, and never regretted one time in my life not playing anymore. So
I'm reminded of the days that I spent in CrossFit, even like playing into what I'm able to do right now. And there was so much time that I spent in CrossFit, years and years and years, that I trained so hard for perceivably nothing. I wasn't going to go to the CrossFit Games. It wasn't in the cards for me, but I was on fire for it. I knew that I had some sort of purpose that was centered around fitness. But like, I even spent a lot of very lonely, head against the wall days in CrossFit long before I was even in tactical games that are helping me do what I do now.
yeah,
And it's like, it's not just like I found tactical games and then a year later of doing this, of giving everything, I'm where I'm at now. It's like, this is an accumulation of a lifetime of working unreasonably hard. Mm-hmm. And I know I can think of Hebner and say the same thing. A lifetime of working unreasonably hard at stuff to not just build, maybe not all the skills are transferable to tactical games, but I was building character and mindset and watching what champions do that can help me now.
yeah, yeah. But it, anyway, like I've mentioned before, like, I just literally float through life. God's leading the path, and you know what? One day God leads me back to wanting to be a champion again. I'll try and everything I have to do it, but it's an endeavor that the amount of sacrifice that it takes, you have to leave gaps in your life to be able to win. Even at this sport, like so early in the life of the sport, like you're leaving gaps in your life to be the best at this sport. And anyway, that the tirade everybody asks for, and I think that they want to be like, yes, my great endeavor in being a champion is this, and it leaves me all this, and it's like, it's much more disappointing than you think.
100%.
Because like, I think it was after you won your first or second one, and I was like, you're not, nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
And it's like, and I told you, I was like, hey, The day after I won the championship, you know what happened? Nothing. So, contrary to popular belief, the sponsors are not knocking down your doors trying to get to you. And anyway, it's but this sport is great. It will make you a better person. It'll make you, but don't neglect other things in your life to be good at it. It's definitely something that men, especially women too, but like you need in a very healthy, aggressive way to get, stuff out, to work out, and then to be around other men is very important too. That are like go-getter type. It just they help keep you on the straight and narrow in every part of your life too. So
That's awesome.
I guess idle hands are the devil's playground.
Yep.
So
That's right.
got to keep them busy.
Everybody good?
Yeah. All good.
All right. Thank you guys for joining. That was a really long one. We appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.